Good morning, judges, Mrs. Thompson, and classmates. In Hackettstown High School in northern New Jersey, 10% of the students were randomly tested for drugs, one student testing positive. The next year, 25% of the students were randomly tested, and no one was tested positive. School principal Chris1AC.MP4 says, "It works in the workplace, and it works in the military. Why wouldn't it work in school?" I stand before you today to discuss the topic of school drug testing. This topic applies to every student in this classroom, since any of us could be tested for drugs if Upper Dublin decides to mandate drug testing. I stand on the affirmative side of school drug testing and will be arguing the reasons of why school drug testing should be mandated. First, school drug tests have proven to be effective. After the first year of drug testing in Oceanside High School, 60% of the 2,500 students agreed that the testing should continue, and 48% said it made it easier for them to avoid using drugs. Over 25% said it had reduced their frequency of using drugs. Some students say that these tests are too invasive, but there's no denying that it is an effective tool for identifying and preventing drug problems. The drug tests are not used to punish the students. They are not used to catch the students and turn them in. No, the intent is to prevent drug use and try to straighten out the student's life. The results of the tests are not turned over to the police, but they are given to the parents of the student so that the family can discuss which type of treatment will be suitable. As you can see, the drug test can be used to identify and deter the use of drugs among students. Also, mandatory school drug tests provide students a reason against peer pressure. Nowadays, many students are falling under peer pressure in order to maintain their coolness. This situation is especially common among athletes. However, drug testing gives students an argument that they can use when pressured to take drugs. An athlete who is caught using drugs will most likely be suspended from any sports activities. As a result, athletes can use this excuse when pressured in taking drugs. With this excuse, athletes will no longer have to struggle to maintain their social status or their coolness. Drug testing also creates a fear among students, whether they are athletes or not. With many students wanting to go to college today, students would not use drugs in fear of damaging their chances when applying to a different school or for the sake of their future lives. Mandatory school drug tests provide students not only an excuse to refuse drugs, but also a fear of using drugs for the sake of their future lives. Finally, substance abuse leads to major health issues. Drug tests can alert parents to potential dangers such as liver or lung damages, addiction, overdose, or even death. However, any of these problems can be identified. Only then can treatment and intervention begin. These tests will prevent students from going too far with drugs and will ultimately lower overdose rates in high schools. In conclusion, all public schools should mandate drug tests. For starters, the drug tests are effective in identifying and preventing the drug problems. They have been proven to work in various statistics taken from high schools. The tests are not meant to punish students if tested positive. They are rather intended to help straighten out the student's life and to allow the families to discuss which drug treatment would be suitable. Also, drug tests provide students an excuse for refusing drugs. Many students want to maintain their cool social status, but do not want to take any involvement with substance abuse. The drug test provides students a legit excuse, especially for athletes or students who plan to go to college. These drug tests also protect students from the health problems caused by substance abuse by identifying the drug first and then enabling treatment to begin. Public schools should mandate drug tests for all students because it will decrease the rate of drug abuse, would provide students protection from peer pressure, and would prevent health issues. Drug tests are very cheap, quick, and easy to do, but are also very effective at the same time. Although some students may call it an invasion of privacy, the drug test is a small price to pay for the protection and treatment of the students against drugs. Vote affirmative. Thank you.